Thank you. Pleasure to be here in Melbourne. The trip was absolutely ridiculously long and I enjoyed myself quite a lot. I had a lot of drinks last night and I think I needed them as well because I'm jet lagged to fuck. It's like 3 in the morning where I'm from, so I'm just riding out. I feel like I'm on like cuckoo land at the moment, so you have to excuse me a little bit.
Well, that's a good thing. We'll leave that microphone with you through the course of this press conference, so feel free to jump in as you see fit. But it has become the hottest ticket in town, Tyson, this fight night on Wednesday night. Why were you so compelled to travel all that way here to Melbourne for this fight night?
You know, me and Joe are like brothers, and he supported me in my career in Las Vegas and all over the world, so I'm here supporting him in his fight in Melbourne.
All right, thank you so much, Tyson Fury. We'll come back towards the Gypsy King later on during the press conference, but we did announce at the original press conference we'll be fighting this fight for the Commonwealth heavyweight title. That appears now not to be the case. Potentially we could go to Dave Higgins at the end for clarification. Dave, of course, the manager and former promoter of Joseph Parker, can you clarify what has happened with the Commonwealth title?
Yeah, sure. Look, first I just want to thank No Limit Boxing for making this opportunity happen. Joseph Parker hasn't fought as a professional in Australia before, and we know there's a lot of New Zealand expats in Australia, a lot of boxing fans, Samoan. So it's great to be in Australia, and we're grateful to No Limit, Fox, and everyone who's put the show on. I think No Limit are doing a wonderful job for boxing in Australia, and the Rose Brothers. And yeah, when we had the discussions, it was put to us that the fight would be for the Commonwealth title, which does have a bit of pedigree about it. There's some big names like Anthony Joshua who have held the Commonwealth title. And then for some reason they're saying it's not the Commonwealth title, and I think I'm being told money got in the way or something, but I don't understand that. Like, if you're a boxer that backs yourself to win, why would you not want to fight for the title? But my understanding is the opponent doesn't want to fight for the title. Is that correct?
Well, we could get clarification from Steve Deller. Steve, would you like to grab that microphone from Django's team? Could you clarify what has occurred?
Yeah, look, once again, we're the same. We'd like to thank No Limits for putting us on this show. They put on some of the greatest shows in Australia since they started. But just to clarify what Dave said, we did sign a contract. We signed a 10-round contract. That was it, 10 rounds, and that was our contract, like all contracts. Once they're signed, sealed and done, then it was put to us about the Commonwealth title. Well, okay, let's renegotiate the contract, and that's where things broke down.
So why did they break down, Steve?
Well, it never got renegotiated for the extra rounds, the same as any other contract. I'm sure David Higgins, a very astute man, one of the best promoters around the world, that young Joseph there, if he's signed a contract for him, then the promoters want to renegotiate, that want to change the rounds, change what it's for and everything, he'll renegotiate the contract.
So to clarify, Steve, the issue at your end was to go from 10 to 12 rounds?
That's correct, yeah. We're not worried about going 12 rounds, it's just the contract had to be renegotiated.
Yeah. I just from our perspective, in every of the 30-something fights Joseph Parker's had, if we had a fight made, contracted, and then someone said, hey, it's now for the title, we'd be excited and grab that opportunity rather than ask for more money or whatever. So it's just that bit's disappointing.
You don't want to change your mind on that, Steve? Yeah.
Well, look, I'd like to answer that a bit. Whether we fight Joseph Parker over 10 or 12 rounds isn't going to make much difference to where we move in the world. We feel that we're going to beat Joseph Parker. We beat Joseph Parker. We move up in the world rankings and everywhere around the world. Whether it's 10 or 12 rounds, it won't make any difference. So after Wednesday night, after Django gets up and wins, we're going to get a world ranking, a lot higher world ranking out, and we'll be in a good position.
Okay. Anything further, Dave?
No, I think that'll do.
Okay. And thanks for getting Tyson Fury here today. I believe that was your job this morning.
I'm sure Tyson can look after himself.
All right, let's talk to the fighters, starting with you. And we have just talked about the Commonwealth title issue. Were you disappointed because you were saying how proud you were to be fighting for this belt and how excited you were, and now you're not? Is that disappointing to you?
I'd like to thank No Limit for having us on. Yes and no. You know, it's a great opportunity to fight for a prestigious title, but like again, I beat Parker. It has nothing to do with the title. Beating Parker is the everything that everyone's going to talk about. So really, it's it was yes and no.
Maybe we should get a response. Joseph Parker, I know you are disappointed that that title is no longer being contested.
Firstly, thank you, Heavenly Father, for today. Thank you to everyone who's here today. Before we talk about boxing, I'd just like to say to my wife and kids, it's great to have them here. My daughter turned 4 on Thursday and my daughter's 1 today. So happy birthday to my daughter. Thank you to my team, George Lockhart, Chris, Martin, Andy Lee on his way down here, and especially Tyson and Spencer Brown for flying all the way down. I know they're jet lagged as hell, but they're showing good form. Spencer is anyways. The Commonwealth title. Listen, I was excited to fight for the title. Like David said, a lot of great names have fought for the title, including Tyson himself. He won the title back in the day as well, so I thought it was all on. And listen, I'll fight 15 rounds if you want. I don't really care about rounds, but I guess there are managers behind the scenes to take care of that sort of things, but it is quite disappointing.
All right, we'll go back to Django Opelu. Django, Melbourne has been a great place for you. You've had some huge success here. Does it feel different when you come to Melbourne for a fight?
No, not at all. Melbourne's always been good to me. And I love fighting in Melbourne. It's good atmosphere and good people here, and it's a good place to fight.
The victory over Hemia Hio, undefeated Kiwi star on the rise, would be a career highlight for you. Are you expecting something similar on Wednesday?
Yeah, the victory over Hemia was it was a great victory, and I plan on doing the same for this fight and create another upset.
Joseph Parker, we've already spoken, obviously, just briefly there, but how exciting is it to have Tyson Fury alongside you and to have so much support and so much buzz around this fight here in Melbourne?
Listen, it's very exciting to be in Melbourne. I can't believe this is my first fight here as a professional, but I'd like to thank the Rose Brothers, No Limit Boxing, Fox, and it's fantastic to have Tyson down here on this side of the world. It's his first time here, and he did say that he's a bit jet lagged, but I've done this trip many times, so it's a long trip, but it's great to have him on this side of the world, and I know he's got a lot of supporters and a lot of fans. It'd be great to have him in ringside, and it's my first time fighting here in Melbourne, but I'm very excited. I'm going to put on a good show, and I know Django's had some good wins, but I ain't no Hemi, and I ain't anyone on his list. I'm a different fighter, and I've had a great camp with George Lockhart, Chris, Andy Lee in Ireland. I'm ready to put on a good show. I'm in great shape. And it's the first time I've been in great shape for a long time. So, watch out.
So you've had a better preparation for this fight than recent fights?
I feel like in the 10 years of boxing, this has been one of my best preparations ever. Even before winning the world title. So this fight's going to be very different. And I feel sorry for Django because he's the one in front of me, and he's a fellow Usul, fellow brother, but he's in front of me, so he's going to get the full force.
And what does a victory like that mean for you at this stage? Where are you headed with a win like that?
It would have been nice to get that belt, add it to my collection, the Commonwealth one, but just the win is good. Listen, I want to keep busy this year. I want to fight. I had a fight in January. I want to fight this fight, beat him, and then fight again 2 more times this year. That's my plan. Ain't nothing going to get in the way.
Tyson Fury, just talk to us about Joseph Parker, obviously a very good friend, but as a boxer, how impressed have you been with what he's done in his career?
Yeah, Joe's a good boxer. He's been a former world heavyweight champion. He's been training over in Morecambe with me for a few years now. He puts a lot of hard work in the gym. He's very dedicated. He's been training very hard with a different strength and conditioning guy this time, George Lockhart, who's also his nutritionist. And I've seen a massive change in Joe. His body shape, I've never seen him as ripped before or in as good a shape, so I'm excited for the fight, and I know this lad comes to fight as well. He's a big puncher and he's had some good knockouts, so I'm expecting fireworks, and if it's not fireworks, then fucking hell, it's a heavyweight fight. Get stuck in. Someone's getting knocked the fuck out, and I'm going to be ringside to watch it. Get off!
Tyson, you've had your own struggles with finding your next opponent. Do you fight Joseph Parker at some point, your good friend? Give him a shot at the heavyweight world title if he gets through this fight.
Yeah, if he gets through this fight, then he gets to fight me next in Australia. Yeah.
We'll hold you to that. So that's all confirmed,
All
ladies
I
and
can
gentlemen.
say is show me the money!
Tyson, you've been sitting there watching the rest of this press conference unfold. We've got the two former AFL players, one who looks like you. What are you expecting, just listening to the two of them talk, what are you expecting that for?
I'm expecting some fireworks because I see a lot of this people coming from different sports and like different things lately with YouTube boxing and this misfits boxing. You got all these different sports players coming to fighting now, so I'm excited for it, and I'm a big fan. A lot of boxers, they don't like other people coming into the game, but for me it's like bring as many eyes to boxing as possible because it makes it a better place for kids coming through in the future. More eyes on boxing equals more money for the kids coming through and a better lifestyle for everybody, so I'm very, very up for it. I'm looking forward to it. They're both big lads. He's almost as big as me but more uglier, and this guy looks like he's got two big biceps on him, so hopefully he gets stuck right in. And again, like he said before, it's heavyweight fight, so I want to see some action. I don't want to see two fairies in there. I want to see two heavyweights knocking lumps out of each other.
Do you have any advice for them ahead of their first pro fight?
Yeah, get straight forward on the front foot and swing away until one man falls over.
Now, Tyson, we also spoke to Nikita Zoo and Benjamin Bomber. You would know the great Kostya Zoo, of course, and Tim, Nikita's brother. Have you seen Nikita in action as yet?
I haven't seen him, but I'm looking forward to the fight. You know, from listening to both of these guys talk, Ben over there, he's very confident, and Nikita here comes from a long line of boxing royalty, so I'm very looking forward to seeing the fight unfold. Both undefeated, both 5 fights unbeaten, so may the best man win on Wednesday.
All right, thanks again, Tyson, for joining us here today. We hope you enjoy the fights on Wednesday night. Can't wait to see you ringside. What are you going to be doing between now and then?
I'll be getting fucked up. No, actually, I'm really jet lagged. I feel like falling asleep right now. It's like 3:30 a.m. in the morning where I'm from, so I don't even think I've got the energy to go drinking, and that's very unusual for me.
You've got to
when I'm
power
on
through.
holiday, I'm always getting on the drink, but this time not so much.
You have to power through. You can't go to sleep now. It won't work for you. Now, No Limit, we're interested in whether you'd like to sing a song for us. I think they've queued up American Pie. Any interest?
I'll get Dave to sing it for me. Dave?
No, fantastic. All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here today. We will face off some of these fighters, at least the main event. Let's face off Django and Joseph Parker.